Hey, everybody, welcome back to Eye to Eye, the place where we talk about anything and everything Disney. My name is Kyle. Thank you for joining us on an impromptu live stream where we thought we'd get together, we sit down, and we talk about something in the world of the Disney space. On this live stream, I thought it'd be fun for us to get together and just talk about the Obi-Wan teaser trailer that just came out. If you missed it, we did a live react, not live, but a trailer reaction to this particular trailer that we're discussing. My wife Jessica and I, the better half. She was a part of that. So you can go check that out on our channel if you'd like to do that. But for the purposes of this live stream, I just wanted to get together and just hash it out a little bit. Talk about Obi-Wan, their teaser trailer, things that stuck out to you, things that stuck out to me, and just a really brief conversation about that. So I will preface this by saying that this is not in any way a replacement for the great work that some of the other channels out there do, analyzing, breakdown, Easter eggs, things of that nature. But I would want to create a space mainly where we just kind of talk about it a little bit and I can share my thoughts on the teaser trailer. First of all, the fact that this is actually happening is just the best thing in the world. I've wanted for the longest time for there to be a Obi-Wan movie, much less an Obi-Wan, series. It's been very much needed. It's been very much something that I think a lot of people have wanted. It's a part of the Star Wars canon and lore that hasn't been explored and focused on. It's been utilized in other mediums, obviously, Clone Wars, Rebels, I believe is it's been used as well. But this is something that I've been waiting for a long time. So you could see in my initial reaction trailer that I was very, very, very excited about the prospect of this. And I think it's good that it's coming now after they've had some time to flesh out how they're going to do things, how best they can operate in the Star Wars universe and creating stories with The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. They've kind of figured out what does and doesn't work and kind of mold it and make sure that this is something that won't suffer the mistakes maybe that some others have, but also off the successes that the others have had as well. So Obi-Wan Kenobi's series is going to be set for a little bit on Tatooine. Shocker, right? I know that's a shocker. And I will bring up this real quick, this little image, if I can, on my screen, just so we can get a good look at Obi-Wan himself. I got just a couple of these images that I want to bring up and talk about. A good look at Obi-Wan himself. And I think they probably found a happy medium, just looking at it now, of how old he should look. So this is roughly 10 years, I believe, after the fact of episode 3, which is why we see a young Luke in this trailer as well, through the viewfinder of a little scope that Obi-Wan seemed to be using. At least we think it was him looking at it. It seemed to be indicated by the trailer. That's the thing about trailers that I think a lot of people miss out on, is that they think just because it was pieced together a certain way, that doesn't mean that that's actually what's going to happen in the trailer. And a lot of times they use footage for trailers that we won't even see in the series. It's like different takes of something. So don't always assume just because they cut a trailer a certain way that that is particularly what's going on. Now, I do think for this particular instance that was Obi-Wan watching over him, because I don't think that they're going to shift this series into a focus on someone hunting Luke, because that just doesn't follow with the canon that's already been established. So we're probably going to see Luke in the first episode, I would bet. This is just my interpretation. And then we won't see him again. It'll just be that little nod. You might see a little bit extended cut of Obi-Wan watching through that viewfinder, just checking on the kid for a little bit. We'll probably see more about Owen Lars, Beru Lars, his aunt and uncle, than we will see the kid. So maybe one scene up close with the kid, but that's all I expect. Let's see. Let's cut to the chase on one of the bigger things that I think people missed because they were reacting to so much in reaction trailer, and that's counting myself and my wife, who did when we did ours, is Darth Vader's breathing at the very end of it. I was having just episodes of enjoyment and excitement during that trailer, so I missed it completely on the first watch of that. And that's the thing about reactions that videos that are always funny to me, is that people get all up in arms if you miss something. It's like, well, this is my first time watching it. We're gonna miss things. It's just funny how that happens. So, with that being said, great way to tie him into this teaser trailer. It's a tease, right? You don't want to throw Darth Vader out there right at the start because if you do, then you've just basically sold the movie away. Everybody knows he's coming. It's not a hidden secret. We know that it's been we know Hayden Christensen's coming back. I would suspect if typically with these Disney Plus series, we get a teaser and then an official trailer, and that's about it. And that's the traditional thing for most movies anyway, or things like that. But that's about all we get. I would suspect we don't even see Darth Vader hardly, like maybe a silhouette of him or like a side view profile of him, not even like a full on look of him, because they're going to really want to build that anticipation for what I think is going to happen. Uh, my anticipation, and I'm just doing this to, help myself prepare for that, that we're not going to see Darth Vader until like the fifth or sixth episode. In fact, I would suspect that you would see a look at him maybe from afar or something, just approaching at the very end of episode 5 and then setting up for a big battle between him and Obi-Wan. And I think we all expect Obi-Wan to win this one since that's kind of canon, right? That last time I left you, I was but the learner. So they're going to have to, those are some things that have happened in previous Star Wars movies and content that they're going to have to work around to make sure it fits in nicely, or they'll just ignore it and move on from it because sometimes that's the case. So a lot of time, at least some time spent on Tatooine. Obviously, we've even seen in the trailer there's going to be some time spent elsewhere. I would bet what's going to happen is that Obi-Wan's presence on Tatooine draws too much attention to Anakin, excuse me, not Anakin, Luke being on Tatooine and doesn't want that, and he goes off world, and they continue to chase him. And who is they? The Inquisitors. Interesting, right? I personally don't have a lot of knowledge about the Inquisitors. I'll go ahead and admit, even as a big Star Wars fan, I have yet to watch Rebels. It is in my queue. I know this is where they're a big thing, so I will be trying to get this, at least most of the Rebels series, finished up before this series starts, so I can know a little bit more about them and things like. But this is the Grand Inquisitor, so it's a group of Force-sensitive people that were enlisted by Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader to help them finish off Order 66. It's basically the gist of it. Obviously, the red lightsabers, they're agents of the Sith, not necessarily Sith lords, but the rule of two being in effect, but definitely agents of the Sith and that persuasion of the Force. I've seen some people reference maybe the seventh or the fifth brother sister because they call each other brother and sister and go by a numeral or a number, the fifth or seventh, and then the Grand Inquisitor right here. So we know we're going to get him. He is going to be the overarching big villain. So think about it this way, or at least this is the way I've chosen to think about it. This series, there's going to be a main villain for Star Wars, the traditional Star Wars movie series. It was Darth Vader. We always knew there was someone pulling the strings. In this one, it's going to be the Grand Inquisitor probably being the main villain, where his acolytes go out, the whoever fifth or seventh or 12th or eighth brothers and sisters go out, and it'll have a few showdowns probably with him, but it's all leading to that big showdown with Darth Vader, the real big bad, the guy pulling the strings of the Inquisitors. So that'll be good. So a lot of us, I know that, not a lot of us, a lot of not hyper focused Star Wars fans didn't invest time in Rebels like myself will now. Um, but also now we'll get a little bit of a look inside at the Inquisitors, get to know them a little bit more. Maybe it'll help them divert some attention to checking out Rebels. So excited to learn a little bit more about them, see that aspect of it. And it's this series feels like it's a nice meshing of old stuff, Obi-Wan, Luke, all that, the Lars family, with the Rebel stuff that was kind of developed in recent decades, at least the Inquisitors side of it. And it'll be interesting to see who else pops in there. I try not to watch too many YouTube videos about the Easter eggs and stuff before I do this. I do watch some just because, if there's something that really important that I missed, I kind of want to be able to say something about it, right? Because I don't want this to be a boring show. I've heard some people think that Black Chrysanthemum, the black-coated Wookiee from Book of Boba Fett, might be appearing in this, and that might be a nice little tying in of everything. And this would obviously be before the Book of Boba Fett. Actually, would it be before the Book of Boba Fett? It would be after the Book of Boba Fett. kind of, sort of. Yes, that would I'm trying to get the timeline straight in my head. But I've seen that at least on there. We talked about how much Luke, I don't think a lot. We talked about the Inquisitors, Vader being back. Some people are asking, will the Emperor appear? I don't know. To me, it feels like it's too much if you throw the Emperor in there. Um, Maybe just a hologram of him, or just at least they'll obviously reference him because he's there. He's running the galaxy right now. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get a lot of him. I think there's enough with all the Inquisitors, with Darth Vader and that, and everything that's going to be explored with that. That there's enough bad guys in this series to keep us sustained for a long period of time. A lot of people are also asking about Qui-Gon. I think people are even saying that maybe there's hints in the trailer about Qui-Gon. I didn't catch a lot of them, to be honest with you. Um, a lot of these things, especially in your initial reaction video that you do for us on those channels that do that, it kind of flies right over your head a lot of the time. So I didn't catch anything in there. Hopefully, we'll get at least one Force ghost appearance or voice, at least, of Qui-Gon Jinn, of him talking to him. The interesting thing here is we've talked very little about Obi-Wan so far, is his journey in all of this. A lot of people are looking at this trailer and seeing that this is a guy that's really beat down. The war's over. The cause is lost, except for this one glimmer of hope. And my only hope in protecting this child right now is getting off planet. Is probably what I think, as I said earlier, the story is going to be. So those are most of my initial thoughts for that. If you have any comments or questions that I haven't brought up about the trailer in this little discussion bit, bring them up now. I'll give you a couple of reminders. If you haven't, please do make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell for our channel. We do many other things like this. We do have Thursday night trivia nights. We're not having ours tonight. So for those of you that are channel subscribers already, no trivia night for this Thursday night of this video. But typically at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time, we go live for trivia night. Disney trivia night. It can be anything Star Wars, anything Marvel, anything Disney. We also do plenty of trailer reactions, movie reviews, Disney hauls, Disney trip videos, and stuff like that. So there's a plethora of content out here if you want to check it out. So check out all those links in the description for the many ways you can connect with us and check out some of our content. So, like I said, that's my initial thoughts. Hope that you guys like the video. If you do, smash that like button. Thank you for tuning in today. Until we assemble again, may the force be with you, and we'll see you